Growth, the process of increasing in size. A feature that is both individual, intrinsic, and throughout nature.
This is going to be so interesting, you know.
This is the moment we have been waiting for.
I'm feeling it now.
What has come before is now consigned to the history books. This new decade brings new challenges, new rivals, falling giants, and new beginnings.
Bang, bang, bang! 3 shots to the heart.
Oh, at the back end. Oh, no!
Those who are climbing will meet. Who will fall by the wayside, and who will embody growth.
There's still wheel to wheel!
That is unbelievable!
League of Europe, growth or fade.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. Bonjour, bonsoir, bienvenue to the League of Europe season number 2, round number 5 on the PC side, here at the streets of Monaco. My name is King Kodiak, and I'll be your commentator throughout this evening's race. Get rid of the banner and head over to the track for the qualifying session that has begun. Now, my faithful counterpart, Mr. Badgerman, will be with me a little bit later. He has been delayed on his previous engagement, which is absolutely fine. I will be there shortly. I'm just sorting something out. My apologies. You can see people are just going out onto track now. So there we go, just making sure I was in the Discord for when Badgerman does or is able to join me. Right then, 15 drivers join us for tonight's festivities, Madness of Monaco as I have called it. Sounds like someone hit the wall already. Right then, let's see who we've got, shall we? For some reason I can't select a driver. Oh, there we go. It's now deciding to play ball. Right, Black Panther is with us. Casu is here. Mick Fry, Moritz, Panos, Exy, Vino, Merkt, Lucky Finger, Inbounds Cupid, Snayball. Now, that's is everyone hitting the wall on the way out the pits? Oh, my goodness. That's a very bouncy Black Panther there in the AlphaTauri. Snayball, that's not a name I recognise, so welcome to you. Sniper is with us. Martin Menier is here. Sven, Velo, and Nicholas the TV, apparently. And my control pad is making this look to the left. To the right, rather. Actually, no, that's not the control pad. I suspect that's my steering wheel. Let's check that. There we go. We're now looking forwards. Okay, well. Oh, that's J. Cole, actually. Why is he appearing as... Okay, Nicholas Latifi in Red Bull, confirmed. And we've got some names that aren't on the board. Excellent. Again, duly noted. Wow, what incredible round we had last time out at Sochi. That saw another new winner. We are 4 for 4 at the moment. Bryn's not with us, as you can clearly see this time around. A few drivers not braving the streets of Monaco. It's really, that's not ideal for Black Panther. It's very, very dangerous, and that's a lot of your front wing missing, so you kind of need that. It's really dark, I've just realised. Oh dear, Cassie has parked it on the, looks like it's the exit of the chicane. That's right, I'm assuming that is. Why don't I look at the map? I'm not used to the map being there. McFry looks like he's out on a time lap now. He's got Marmineer right ahead of him, going down the hill. Oh wow, that's scary when someone puts on their brakes like that. But Marmineer doing the right thing. He's on an out lap. Oh, that's deep as Merckx has already got a lap on the board in the Williams, a 108.874. I believe he's our championship leader at the current moment in time. Oh, I've done it again. I'm terribly sorry. Let me just remind myself of whether I'm correct in that. I'm pretty sure I am. Just going to bring up the results. I'm pretty sure Merckx actually leads the championship now by 2 points over Moritz. So very, very close between the two. Moritz had a horrid round last time out of Sochi, but he's here to do something well. Velo up into second position. Was second first time out, and then has scored 3 fifth positions in a row. So brilliant consistency. Sees him just behind J. Cole at the moment in 4th position. Only 6 points in it between Velo and J. Cole. Oh no, J. Cole's name is now listed correctly. There he is in the Red Bull. Now, this is very much one of the tracks that will sort them in from the boys. Quite why we're racing at night, I don't know. That's going to be a first for me. I've never commentated on Monaco in the dark, but there's plenty of street lighting going on. So, nothing to immediately worry about. I need to move my windows around again. You'd think after doing commentary for as long as I have, I would be used to doing this. But no, I still get it wrong from time to time. Just going to double check. Badgerman not yet with me, which is absolutely fine. He will join me when he is able. So Mert currently first ahead of Moritz. Oh, that's close. 21 thousandths of a second separating the top two. Velo third, Exy up to 4th. Oh, what a cracker there. Now, Exy's been pretty consistent in the sort of 8th to 6th, I think, region, sort of scoring 4, 5 and 6 points on all 4 rounds we've had so far. So that's a belter right the way up there in 4th. Vino in the McLaren has set a 111.8. Oh, Marmineer in the Racing Point, 110.802. Puts him into 4th position. Mark is a reserve, so we first saw him last time out. And Sochi wasn't able to get on the scoreboard, but maybe Sochi is better suited. Monaco rather is better suited to him than Sochi, perhaps. Oh, Velo's not hanging around. He's straight back out in the Mercedes. Mercedes is doing well as far as construction is concerned. Velo and Sven are the two Mercs. As you can see, Sven actually coming out the medium tyres. That's brave. That's very, very brave. Actually, Kasu. I didn't spot that. Kasu with a 110.2. I doubt he did that on those tyres. Oh, he did! He did 110.2 on the medium tyres. Oh, yeah, because he's got very little fuel. That's... wow, that is to be respected. The medium tyres of Monaco is usually a trip to the wall. Very impressive indeed. Merckx hasn't hung around either. He's actually back out there. He is the Williams you see in that shot. Well, he's the other Williams I should see in that shot. And Merckx, the reason why the map is highlighted red is because he's on his out lap. Fair play from Cassie there. Well, it does say no lap, so is this technically a timed lap then on those medium tyres? Although it does say that he did set that 10.2 on those medium tyres, and in he comes. I don't think that's correct. I think he did set that. I don't think the 0 laps point is correct. I think he did set it on for medium. So let's have a hot lap then with Velo as he's come up through Sandavot, up Beau Rivage, now Massenet, Casino. Oh dear, Panos has retired. What has happened there? That's trouble in the tunnel. That is trouble in the tunnel for Panos. Oh, a bit of a lock-up there coming into Grand Hotel Hairpin. Now into the bottom part of Mirabeau and down towards Portier. Hopefully, oh, that was a slight clip of the wall. We might actually see Panos' car stranded to the inside line. No, it was just about clear, so he had trouble down here. We can see his dot stationary on the map. Again, a bit of a lock-up there coming into the Nouvelle Chicane. Now into Tabac. Chucks it in, hopes it sticks, and it does nicely. Now Louis Chiron and past the swimming pool. Purple sector again for the Mercedes. He's not leaving anything on the table here. Into Raskas now. Towards Anthony Noakes. This final turn and hard on the gas. Open the DRS and where does that put him? It's a 108.538. Nicely done. Around about 1 and a bit seconds there, I think, to put him onto the current pole position in the Merc. Very nicely done. All sectors purple. What about Merc just starting his lap? That's Sandavot. He's just gone through up. Beau Rivage. And then into Massenet. It's just so terrifying how close you need to get the best lap out of these cars at this circuit. Now, I confess I'm not a great fan of Monaco in its real life, guys, but in sim racing terms, much like Sochi we saw last week, someone's parked it on the inside. That's one of the Mercs that's parked it on the exit of Portier. It's probably Velo after his time lap. I think Velo would have been behind Merc, so that must be. Oh no, it's Vincent the pit, so it is Velo. Beg your pardon. Merc continuing on his merry way. He's backed out of it. He's backed out of that. That's a shame. Where is Moritz actually? He is purple sector 1 and just coming through Grand Hotel Hairpin. Now bottom part of Mirabeau into Portier for this Alfa Romeo. He's lit up the first sector in purple. Can he do the same for sector 2? Roaring on down to the Nouvelle Chicane. Nouvelle simply means new, so it's not really very new. It's been there for many years. But we still refer to it as the Nouvelle Chicane. Now into Tabac. Louis Chiron. Past the swimming pool. Into Raskas. Purple sector 2. Tiny bit of tyre smoke there. Going through Raskas now through Anthony Noakes and down towards the line. What is it for Moritz? 108.895 was previous, and that's a 108.425, 4/10 of a second, which doesn't sound a lot, but here that is a monster. That is a big amount of time he's found, and that has put him currently on the pole position spot. Mark Menier in the Racing Point is out there. I've just had a message. From Badgerman. He tells me he will be with me shortly. Oh, so there's the message from the whistle. Oh, and that's a bang on the wall. Bit of front wing gone. He's going to complete the lap, is Marmonier, as he's just been knocked down to 6th by Cassie, I think it was. Morris has retired from the session. Wow, Marmonier did improve with 110 dead. With a knackered front wing coming through Rasgas. That's not bad at all. Interesting that Moritz has opted to retire from the session. I think he's crashed in the pit in the tunnel. He's binned it in the tunnel. We can see that there's an Alpha that's there. He is. Look. Oh dear. So that's why he didn't opt to retire. He ended up retiring. There is Badgerman joining the session. Glad to have him with us. So he'll be in the box with me very, very shortly. And there he is. Hello, Badgerman.
Hello. How are you doing?
Guten Abend, Herr Austin. All good. All the better for having you on board with us, sir.
How has it been going so far?
We've had
here
2 deaths in the tunnel. So Moritz, who is our current pole sitter, has literally just binned it in the tunnel. We also had Panos do the same thing a few laps ago. So it's lively out there. It's usual Monaco madness.
Yeah, as always. I mean, I'm excited. I'm really sad that I missed about 2/3 of this qualifying session.
Fear
Arguably the
not.
best qualifying session on the calendar.
It's certainly the most significant, isn't it? It's the one that everybody wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Here comes Sven. And that's up to 5th position with a 109.6. Also interesting to note that following from last week, Merckx actually took over the lead of the championship from Moritz by 2 points, 67 to 65. And then only 11 points back is J. Cole, who has scored 2 podiums so far this season. J. Cole, where is he at the moment? He is 3rd.
P3.
Yeah, I completely missed that. Apologies, J. Cole. 108.82. So really consistently in that podium area, isn't he? He's either 3rd or 4th. That's where he's the only positions he's finished so far this season. Quite a few drivers down, unfortunately. We don't have last week's race winner, a newcomer Bryn. He's not in the second Alpha. Who was second? Oh, Merckx was second, so he's of course with us. Down to 4th now. But yeah, it's all happening, and it's very, very dark.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, I can't, but I can. You know.
Oh, Merckx binned it. He's binned it at Casino. Try and get on board with Cassie. I think it's just coming up to there. Ah, his car's gone. It was here. It's all where the dot was stationary. So another three casualties, and we haven't even got to the race.
I mean, that's just remarkable. I wonder how much is going to happen in the race. That is the real question here, I think. I'm trying to see right now who's on a flying lap right now. It's not that many, is it?
Casu, I think, is on one. Oh, no.
Nino is on one as well, but no, he's not. Never mind. He just invalidated.
Wow, you've only been in here 30 seconds. You've managed to commentate to curse Reno. Nicely done.
Yeah, sorry.
I think Casu is prepping for. I think he's technically done the outlap, but he's not turned anything up, and he's being very cautious through swimming pool. So I imagine that Williams is making sure he's ready to go, and that's going to absolutely gun it for the next lap. What about
the only one I see right now is Lucky Finger at P11 on the mediums, who is on a flying lap, but I think he's going to try to qualify inside the top 10 on the mediums, isn't he?
brave man?
Oh!
Well caught! That was some stunning recovery of car control. That was brilliantly done. Yeah, snaking away in between the walls at the swimming pool. That was brilliantly held. New underpants, new underpants, please, in the McLaren.
But wow,
Yeah.
that was something. If that was me in that car, that would have been qualifying over. I can tell you that much.
Oh, there's a Renault stranded. It's Cupid. It's the only Renault we have. He's just gotten going again, but he was stranded at the Grand Hotel hairpin. I don't know whether that's put Velo off because he was on a flying lap. J. Cole's on an out lap along with Sven. Oh, yeah, that's done. Oh no, Velo's out. He caught the inside at the Nouvelle Chicane and dead to Sven. Another one's gone. I'm going to be banned from the commentary box in a minute.
I mean, oh, that car is stranded in the mid. Oh wow,
Right in the middle of the
everyone's
chicane.
lap right now.
Oh my goodness. There's a Ferrari just going through there. That's
Snabled on his out lap.
And there we go.
Now the car's gone.
So J. Cole is still going. I mean, if this was, I mean, he's got a great opportunity to climb those extra 2 positions without challenge from those he would be demoting. Look at that! First, second, and fourth currently are out of qualifying, and that's a purple sector for sector 1 for J. Cole on the Red Bull. He's really pushing hard. He needs to find 0.4 of a second. That was as I was explaining earlier, Austin, that 0.4 of a second round here is really hard to find.
Yeah, I mean, so much action going on. This is truly remarkable. J. Cole now. Let's see. I want to see what that second is. Eggsy retires his teammate, but that was in the pit lane. Purple in the second sector, it showed. 10th up, into the wall. Oh, there's a Williams in front. Castle getting out of the way just about.
Well played.
Through the final corner, and J. Cole. What is it going to be across the line? Can he improve enough? No, he does improve, but not enough to gain a position.
In time, but not position, and he won't have enough fuel, I would imagine, to do another lap. Was he put off by Cassie? Possibly, but Cassie was minding his own business already. He wasn't doing anything wrong. Just the unlucky nature of the circuit. But yeah, it was purple sector 1, and I think someone else parked it. Cassie's parked it. Snowball has... he's retired in the pit lane, so no further action from him. I think people are kind of wrapping it up now with only a few seconds left. What about Mark Menier in the racing point? Oh, that's invalid. He won't make it back to start another one. Black Panther had troubles early on, and he's letting through someone. That's a Red Bull. Well, it's got to be J. Cole he's let through. Checker flag is now out. Did Sniper start a lap? He did, I believe. Yes, he did. So the second racing point is the only one out there on a lap as inbounds Cupid. The Renault has returned to the pits, so never mind about that. Have we got someone stranded at the exit of the tunnel? J. Cole's retired from the pits. Oh no, never mind. I thought there was a stationary dot on the exit of the tunnel, but it's gone now. On board then with Sniper as he works his way through that tunnel down to the Nouvelle chicane.
Here comes Sven, by the way. Sven across the line. Slight improvement by about a quarter or 1/40th of a second. I was going to say a quarter of a tenth, but yeah, that's a 40th. So 25 thousandths of a second, we could say as well. I know my maths, I can tell you that much.
So improves in time position, remains in 5th position. Here comes Sniper then. 1:10.923 his time. Can he improve? He did, but I didn't quite see to where. Because
one position, 9th.
To 9th it is.
4/10. 1 minute 10.5 now.
Wow, well, which I've already said is very difficult to find. But there it is, Moritz on the front row with Velo. Now that combination we've seen before up front. Then is J. Cole and Merckx, row 2. Sven and Cassie, row 3. Mark Menier and Black Panther in row 4. Sniper and Exy, row 5. Vino and Lucky Finger in the McLaren's, row 6. Snaybold and Innsbruck's Cupid at row 7. McFry and Panos take on the 8th row. Oh my, well, in the dry, this track is hard enough. Will it be soggy out there? Oh, and McFry has got a 5-position penalty, so he'll be starting in a position he can't technically do. So he'll be starting this race next week.
Nah, he will only lose 1 position to Panos Speedy. So Panos, despite finishing last with a 1 minute 24 and about 11 or 12 seconds off the pace, will not start last.
Indeed,
surprisingly. So one position up for him.
It's still quite foggy or still a bit misty out there. Can't actually see the sky, so I don't know if it's light, dark, stormy, or what's going on. So this will be a new one. I've never commented in Monaco under lights before, so this will be a new one for me. I mean, it's looked pretty well lit. It is one of the richest streets in the world, so you would imagine it to be one of the richest towns in the world. So you'd expect it to be pretty well catered for. As we now head towards...
Yeah, I can tell you, I've raced it before. I've never commentated on it either, but for the drivers, there's absolutely no issues. It is well lit from the finish line all the way around the lap, even in the tunnel, and so for the drivers, there's not going to be any issues. It's really for commentators, I think there's not much of an issue either.
Doesn't look to be.
It's quite, seems fine. So yeah, it's going to be interesting certainly to see what's going on here. We see the top 9 on the softs, everyone else on the mediums, on a track where track position is absolute king.
Indeed. Wow.
Strikes me as interesting as
no.
Lucky Finger and Snowball make contact.
Oh dear. And inbounds
Rule
Cupid.
number one. Rule number one of the formation lab.
Don't hit
You
someone
do not make
else.
contact. Yeah, don't make any kind of contact. Even the slightest amount of contact, the game is going to punish you. And they're both going to have to start on extremely cold tires now.
Ooh, in the middle of the pack. Oh, that's going to be painful. On medium tyres that take a while to warm up as well. That's going to be painful.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Moritz is he's getting on with it. He's not wanting to hang around. Huge gap from about 6th backwards. 7th, beg your pardon, from
Seventh, yeah.
Black Panther back to Sniper.
Because 6th, Mark Mania, between 7th and 6th, there's a huge gap, but 7th is in front of 6th. Because apparently Black Panther overtook Mark Mania very early on in the formation lap. But it is, in real F1, it's not allowed. The game is a bit more lenient with that. And
Uh-oh.
Velo has spun on the formation lap.
Oh no, he has, thankfully. Just as we saw Sniper and Exy come together, and Vino was in there as well. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
What is happening?
Now, as a reminder, there are drivers of various different levels, some much more experienced than others. Mistakes are more likely to happen in a league such as this, but unfortunately you've got eagle-eyed commentators like us, and we will talk about it. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, having, 6 cars disqualified in the parade lap is...
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid we spotted it. But never mind, they have now formed up. Everybody will get to race, just some with colder tyres than others. Here we go. Round number 5 for Eloise. It's time to wind them up and let them. They want this underway quickly, and that's a huge hole, and away we go. It was a steady start from Moritz, a cracking start from Velo. Big tank slapper from Moritz coming into Sandoval, but does hold the lead. Jacob and Merck scrapping for 3rd. Merck slightly ahead of the Red Bull. Can he hold it in the Williams as we go on board with a useless camera up the hill? And Jacob lost that 3rd position to Mert, a belting start from the Williams as Manir just keeps it out of the ball. Heading down the hill now, big move from the 2nd Mercedes. That's Sven on the inside of Marmoniz. They're going to be forced to the outside. Lots of bumping of wheels going on through that hairpin, but they do manage to keep us still side by side between the Mercedes and the Racing Point. That's brilliantly driven. Snowball just left the session. Oh no, that's disaster for the 2nd Ferrari. My word, it does look like though. Oh, Impulse Cupid has had trouble again. Oh no, Sven's in trouble. Sven's had a huge, massive bits of Racing Point missing. Oh no, that is disaster.
Yeah, the front wing is completely gone for Mark Menier. He's really struggling out there. He's going to have to go back to the pit lane immediately. He has to let other cars by here. This is going to get really dangerous. Thankfully, the ghosting is on. But yeah, he's going to have to make his way back to the pit lane. If he's even able to enter the pit lane, that is the question. Yes, he is. Okay. But yeah, he's going to pit for a new front wing. He's not the only one. Sven also involved in that incident will change his front wing. Both drivers already down. And they will go for mediums, which I find quite surprising, considering that the mediums last about 29 laps around here. And we have, as you can see in the top left, 39 laps. So they will not make it to the end. The hards last 35. So you could try that. Maybe with a safety car, you'd be able to do that. And I mean, betting on a safety car here at Monaco, yeah, very likely to happen.
Indeed.
So I think you can get away with switching onto hards at the end of lap 1.
Indeed.
But they go for mediums. Surprising move there from both of them.
Unless they know
Maybe
something.
they expect to pit again.
Yeah, yes, I would imagine so. Maybe they know something about the weather that we don't. On board with J. Cole at the moment, the top 4 still fairly close together. Morris, Velo, Merck and J. Cole. Pretty much, well, not quite in that order, but they are the top 4 in the championship as well. So it's not surprising that they are still together at this stage. DRS now enabled. That's going to help, well, keep them in contention more than anything else. So that's not the detail I wanted. So let's have a look slightly further down. XC's now a little bit on his own. Hasn't got slipstreamed off of the back of Black Panther, who is very much on his own. He's 4 seconds behind that lead quartet going on. The inbounds Cubic mysteriously keeps jumping up into the lead. I'm sure he'd love to be there, but that's not where his car is, I'm afraid. So there's Black Panther doing what he can to try and keep that gap behind him as big as possible whilst reducing the one up front. Who else do we have a look at? There's Lucky Finger on the back. Well, actually in the midst of that particular train. Already ahead of him is Sniper and Exy. His teammate Vino is got Kasu for company. These are the medium starters now that we're looking at. Kasu in 10th. There's Panos, who started at the back -1. Oops, that's not how you take the first part of the Nouveau Chicane, but on he goes nonetheless. Snaybold, as we saw, was having that technical problem, is on the back of his teammate for 12th position. Then it's those that have had trouble with inbounds, had a spin. Oh, he's also had an ear rest failure, so that's going to make his even more miserable. And then the two that have pitted are having a great scrap for wooden spoon avoidance at the moment, Mark Manier and Sven. But at the moment, the closest battle we've got is the top 4.
Yeah, there's not much battling going on though, obviously. It's very early in the race, and we tend to see that the drivers do battle more towards the end of a race. You know, you try to get away from everyone else, you try to work together for sort of the first 80% of the race, and then you'll start scrapping once you know how far away you are and how likely it is that you get that, you know, top position that you're looking for. And two, I mean, it is Monaco at the end of the day. It is very hard to battle here in general, so not surprised that they are not fighting as much around this very, very narrow track.
Now,
but yeah, it is very close between the 4.
For someone that's raced here, it looks terrifyingly close to the walls these drivers get to. They look like they're millimetres from the wall. Do you really notice that from the driver's eye?
You do notice that, but at the same time,
Panos, he's gone down the escape road at Nouveau Chicane and decided to park it. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. I don't know what exactly happened there. Did he forget to brake? Did he hit the inside wall and just bounce straight on again?
The car looked intact, so I suspect he's just gone in way too hot. Or he's had an incident on the way out of the chicane, which would be a bit unusual for where he ended up. But either way, first casualty of the race, Panos is out.
Yeah. What were we talking about before?
Driver's eye perspective on how close you get to the wall.
Yeah. You do notice it, but you don't really pay much attention to it. You use the walls more as a reference point to know how far you can go, and at least the one thing that is very important around here, and this is something that it is true for all F1 tracks on this game, it is true for the whole game. Your camera settings need to be right. If you run in a standard camera, either the TV pod or the TV pod offset, and you don't make any changes to it, you're gonna struggle because it is a bit deceptive as to how close you can go to the walls. So you got to be really careful there and adjust your camera accordingly to make sure that you know how close exactly you are. Because I remember playing in standard camera before, the standard TV pod camera. It looked like I was on the wall. I was touching the wall when I was about, I still had half a meter to go.
Oh, wow.
And I could still max it out a bit more. So in a sport where maximizing, in this case, maximizing the area of the playing field, so to speak, in this case, the racetrack, is so important in order to maximize the lap time. You have to have the right camera setting in order to be able to do that. And I'm pretty sure some of these drivers here do and have played around with the camera setting. But it's something that's often overlooked on the F1 game, the importance of having the right camera setting. And there's no one right camera setting. I used to be a part of the Rocket League community as well. And it's a game where camera settings, like the camera settings that the pro players, the pro esports players use are plastered all over the internet. You can just Google, for example, let's take a Rocket League Pro, let's say Rizzo camera settings. He's a player for G2. Rizzo camera settings. You'll find that immediately if you just Google that. camera settings of esports drivers, yeah, you don't find these really
No.
on F1. And it's such a crucial part. It's so overlooked. But especially around this track right here, around Monaco, it is just so important that you're in the perfect position to see where your car is positioned.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen, whilst we were explaining that, we've seen a few issues from some drivers. McFry and Mark Bonnier have got penalties on the board. We saw Mark get the chicane all wrong earlier. And Velo is in the pits. He's had enough of those soft tyres. That'll be... Oh, it's hards. He's going on to the white. So we're not expecting rain then, judging by that. And that's fair enough. So fair enough. That was one of the predicted strategies we had. A snowball. So both Ferraris now with a penalty on the board. J. Cole did have a bit of a... He fell a little bit off the back of that, what is now a trio. Well, I can't really say it's a trio because Moritz has danced off into the sunset a little bit. Oh, big lock-up from the Red Bull, but he has closed back in on Merckx. I suspect though that the soft runners are all going to come in around about now or within a few laps. Lucky Finger and the lead medium starter is closing in on Sniper now. Marmon has got a second penalty on the board, which is pretty impressive to get penalties here. You can't cut the track anywhere other than the Nouvelle chicane, and I don't think he was there when that one came in. Either way,
well, there are other places where you can. Where the game is very strict on penalties when it comes to this track. Two spots where I didn't think you would be able to even get a penalty. Oh, as Velo goes on XC here into the Nouvelle chicane, hard on softs, and he gets the position.
What a
That
move!
is an overtake.
What a move on the outside, heading towards it. You're absolutely right. But that was brave. That was very, very brave. And wow, was he flying on those hard tyres that won't be up to temperature yet. But I mean, you wouldn't know it by looking at him. He is really pushing hard. And the top three yet to come in. In fact, none of the other soft runners have pitted yet. As Casu had finally overcome that McLaren. He's been on the back of, actually both McLarens for a little while. But Casu now up into 8th place in the second Williams. So nice effort there. He takes over the lead now of the medium starters. That was with Lucky Finger. That's now gone over to the Williams. So I don't know if it's happening on your game, but Inbound Keeper keeps jumping up to the lead. It's very, very distracting. It's nothing he's doing. It's just nature of what we have to deal with. Also, something else I've noticed, Casu's used quite a lot of his battery pack. He's now on the back of Sniper. He'll want the soft runners to get in and get out of the way. Where is Moritz? Oh, he's nearly burnt out his battery. Look, he's less than 20% in that packet. In comes race leader. Does Merck follow? No, J. Cole does. So the Red Bull.
I can tell you right now, Moritz is going to come out ahead of Velo, and J. Cole's going to come out behind Velo, unless there are front wing changes, which I don't see from either of them. So the expectation here is Moritz ahead of Velo, J. Cole behind, and they're both on mediums. They can make it to the end, and I think they will be faster. The difference between the mediums and the hards is about 1.2 seconds. But there is Moritz ahead of Velo, and there is J. Cole definitely behind Velo.
Yeah.
It has closed in significantly. I mean, Velo is close to Moritz here, but as mentioned, 1.2 seconds the difference between those mediums on Moritz and the hards on Velo's car. So certainly a big gap. However, they're both stuck behind Black Panther right now.
Yeah.
And Moritz going to have to make a move. Maybe Velo can try a surprise move here on Moritz and get that position. Obviously, his tires are warm by this point now. Moritz might still be struggling, but yeah, Moritz is going to try it here.
Ooh, that was close. He's going to be forced to the outside for the first part. The Nouvelle chicane, and the AlphaTauri driver was aware of that one. Lets the move complete, but now, of course, as Moritz gets a bit of a wiggle on to get some temperature into those tyres. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Was it to get temperature into the tires, or was it? Oh, Black Panther pulling out of the way for Velo and J. Cole. Velo did not expect that. J. Cole goes down the inside and takes the position off him.
I just about saw that happen. Whoa, what a move from the Red Bull. That was a really opportunistic move on Velo. There's Merckx. He's come up behind Velo and J. Cole, so that train's actually swapped completely round. It was Merck that led the way of these three. Now J. Cole is it leads this particular train on the slightly soft side. So Velo, it's a little bit odd one out here. He's on the hard side, as you can clearly see, but as long as he doesn't lose too much time, that could well pay dividends for him later on. We will see whether his gamble is going to pay off or not. I mean, you can't push these mediums that far, can you? They'll just explode, surely.
As I said, the mediums last 29 laps, so it is possible to take them, but the one thing to note as well, when I say 29 laps, that doesn't mean that there's going to be a puncture on the 30th lap.
True.
The way the tire data works is that I've grabbed all this tire data from the game itself for every single track. I've got my little track database here in front of me. The way that the data works is that it takes that amount of laps, in this case 29 for the mediums, until the tires hit 70% tire wear.
Oh, I see, right.
At that point, a puncture can happen at any moment, but it is very unlikely to happen before 80 to 85%. Then it gets more and more likely. So these tires can go a lot longer, but you will lose a lot of grip. I think the first cliff where the tire really loses grip and lap time is around 50%, which is basically inevitable for all these drivers and all these cars. The second cliff comes at around 65%. That's when you really have no more grip left in them. And at that point, Velo should be faster than all these medium runners. But for now, again, the gap 1.2 seconds between the mediums and the hards. So yeah, right now it's a bit of a struggle for him, but Merck doesn't find a way through.
No, and he's losing a lot of time on J-Car as a result. He's lost about 2.5 seconds, and Velo just got that penalty down on the Nouvelle Chicane as we were watching this battle unfold. Again, but Velo's just got great traction on the exit of the Anthony Noakes corner that keeps him in that position. It just fends Merck off enough that it prevents a counter-attack. The Williams will be getting very, very frustrated behind Velo at the moment. I mean, Merck can inherit the third position, but he wants to be chasing off after J. Cole, who's doing what he can against the lead as the Williams gets very close to the tail of the Mercedes. That's with the other Mercedes, actually, Sven, in between the front. Oh no, Sniper's just hit the wall and he's been spun round. There's a big incident there. The McLaren's having to come in. Vino just pitted. He was on soft tyres and now his front wing is ruined. So he's had to come in. Sniper is in along with that's McFry that's coming to the pits as well. So that's their strategies are all completely wrong. This also adds to the confusion. That's inbound skew bouncing off the wall. Yeah, because everyone's strategy is now essentially just completely juggled up. It makes it very difficult for us to keep track on realistically where people are. But that's part of the nature of commentating at Monaco. Oh, I thought Mert was flying off down the escape road there, but there was just a bit of lag there. But again, the Williams is still stuck behind the Mercedes. He cannot get past.
Yeah, and it's one of the trickiest parts here with Monaco. Maybe he's going to try it up the hill now. He's very close. Doesn't have enough ERS to use. Right, no, he has to take the cautious way here. Otherwise, he's going to run into Velo. It's so difficult to overtake it. And what adds to it, another one of these intricacies of the F1 game. If you run a high downforce setup, high front and rear wings, you regain less ERS. That is a matter of fact on this game. And ERS being so crucial. On Monaco, obviously here, everyone runs sort of, the highest setting is 11 for those that are watching that don't know. And it goes from 1 to 11. 1 is the lowest, that's sort of your Monza setup. 11 is your highest, and they run generally at 8, 11, 9, 11 wings. So the rear wing is definitely up to the maximum. The front wing is generally 8 or 9. A little bit lower to improve stability on the car, to make it less twitchy and less oversteering.
Inbounds is facing the wrong way and has just been punched in the face.
Oh, here goes Merckx down the inside into Sandemont. Oh, does he have him? Yes, he does. They're both trying to use ERS, but Merckx is passed into turn 1. What a move. Wow, he lost 5 seconds behind Velo, but he is passed now. and is free to hunt after J. Cole and Moritz.
I couldn't get up to that fight quick enough, unfortunately, as I didn't quite see it happen, but well spotted. McFry has left the session. The Ferrari is having a dismal day today at Monte Carlo. But look already at the gap that Merck has opened up. He's already broken DRS range to Velo, so he's now wanting to sprint off after J. Cole, who's pretty much in no man's land now.
And Black Panther. Black Panther's on the inside and now past Lucky Finger into the hairpin. What was that move?
Banzai from Mirabeau through the hairpin up into 7th position now, I think. Oh no, it's probably 6th.
6th.
Yeah, because on my screen, Inbounds Cupid, I think is in the land of the lost, because he's registered in 6th, but then he'll jump down to last. So
he's 10th right now.
Yeah, so he's actually being shoved out of the way by Black Panther on my screen. So I don't. I have no idea where Inbounds Cupid is. I know where my game thinks he is, but that's not where he actually is. You can quite clearly see being submarined by Exy there.
Yeah, he is a P10 right now. At least on my screen he is. I don't know if that's true either, but
well,
it seems more believable.
Well, yes, indeed. As we see Sniper here being, I think it's been driven through. I think that's murked, actually. Looks like the back markers are being ghosted for our front runners, which, oh, there we go. Now my screen's decided to tell me Inbounds is in 14th, but again, I have no idea if that's anywhere near correct. So
no, he's 10th still.
Yeah, I suspect
he's the last one. He's the last driver to not be lapped yet.
Yeah, I suspect that is correct. As we jump on board with Exy, who's chasing off after Lucky Fingers. He's just coming past a disconnected Snaybold. Oh, there we go. Now my game just.
Oh, Lucky Finger into the wall there.
Yeah, he didn't get that part of the chicane of the hairpin right at all. Bounces off the wall, manages to recover. And he's let Exy go, or he's had a problem with some description. I think he's decided to let Exy go there. Oh, he's missing a segment of his front wing, so that's probably why. He knows he's got to come in to deal with that, so he's not opting to hold the Red Bull up any longer. Fair enough, through into 7th then for Exy. The top 3 now very spread apart. Now 4 seconds behind J. Collis Merck, nearly 4 seconds ahead of Velo now. Just again highlight the pace difference between the medium and the hard tyres, as Vino adds to his penalty score. In 12th position at the moment, or somewhere around 12th position, depending on where Inbound's car is. It's not his fault, it's just unfortunately a desync issue that happens with not just F1, it happens with any sim racing game, in fairness. But Moritz is wanted to make up for lost ground last week. At this rate, he's looking to become he'll be the first driver this season to claim 2 wins. As out of the 4 rounds, we've had 4 completely different winners. See, he comes over the line just to start lap number 9. Lap 9, sorry, 9th lap on these tyres. Lap 18, I beg your pardon. But again, he's running very... Now, I'm curious, he's running his ERS really, really low, but he's maintaining that lead. Any thought on why he's running the ERS that hard?
I really don't know.
Or is it just... Because you were explaining earlier that because with the wings being so high... Of course, you're on the brakes for less period of time because the wings are taking some of that momentum out of your car. Is it just a case of he's not trying to run it down, he's just not able to recharge it as much as he needs?
Yeah, I think so. You have to be really careful, and even more so here around Monaco, because the ERS usage, if you do enable the overtake button, the ERS usage is adjusted for length of the track, which obviously around Monaco is the shortest track on the calendar by far, at about 3.3 kilometers, just over 2 miles. Every other track is at least 4.2 kilometers long. That would then be Zandvoort next. So the overtake button here is incredibly powerful. It gives you a massive boost. It gives you a lot more power than it does on any other track. But it also drains the battery a lot faster than it does on any other track. So you have to be really, really careful with how often you use the overtake button. You do it once every lap, but all of a sudden you do it for 3 seconds, your ERS is down 15%.
Wow.
And it's difficult to regain that. So yeah, you have to be really, really careful. And it basically, no one on this track, no one ever has any ERS usually. It's incredibly difficult to regain it. And yeah, we're seeing that right now. I think we have only a couple cars that are doing well in terms of their ERS. I think that would be Moritz. No, actually not.
No,
on?
Moritz is pretty low. I was looking through the list earlier. Casu.
Snable.
was yeah, because
AI.
yeah, I was going to say they're disconnected. Yeah, but actually Casu is close to 30% or closest to 30% from our top 5. The top 4 are sub 20% in their batteries. I was about to say Velo was quite slow there, but that's probably because he just cannot get the traction he needs. I'm ready. Oh, it's trouble for Sniper. He is out. What has happened to him? Where's he had a problem? He is out down in the swimming pool. But unfortunately,
Virtual safety car.
Yeah, there it is. So,
Middle of the track. Oh boy.
Yeah. So he's probably clipped the first apex of the swimming pool and ended up being spun round. The VSC is out, and Casu has pitted for softs. Oh, what a masterstroke that could be for the Williams driver.
I'm not sure. Tire data suggests 13 laps on the softs, and we have 20 laps to go, or 19 to go. So it's going to be difficult to bring those to the end now.
Well, he's gone for it. It probably would have been earlier than he would have liked. But the car is a bit lighter than it was earlier. He's also got more ERS battery. I don't know how realistically that would make a difference to tyre wear. It probably won't make any real difference at all. That's a back shot from Morris, but I didn't see J-Col at all actually. No, J-Col's lost time in that VSC, which is technically you shouldn't be able to do, but it does happen. Morris may have been in a position where he could stamp on the gas earlier than J-Col, as the Red Bull goes through the ghosted Ferrari. So he has definitely lost about a second there, but J-Col was really Moritz in before that incident. So we'll see whether he's able to do that again. Casu, of course, is going to have traffic to deal with, as oddly cautious through that swimming pool section there. Not entirely sure why. But he's closing in on XE now, so there's a potential battle forming for 6th position between the Williams and the Red Bull. As we can see, he's got greater amount of ERS power to use. But will he be able to maintain the best of those tyres till the end? As inbounds Cupid is apparently in the pit lane. But like I say, my game has no idea where he actually is.
He is actually in the pit lane.
Oh, he is in the pit lane.
That was actually correct for once.
On hard tyres, apparently.
Yeah, because he was on the mediums and he pitted there. And so he only really had one choice to make it to the end, and that was the hard tyre.
Hard tyres, yeah,
Soft
fair enough.
Doesn't make it to the end.
So Moritz then, continuing on his merry way, 3.4 ahead of J-Col. Merckx has gained on J-Col as well, so now under 3 seconds between the second and third place runner. Yellow in sector 3, that's because we have a...
Vino.
That was Vino. I was actually struggling to tell whether it was orange or pink, that dots, but it was Vino. He comes into the pits, so yeah, missing bits of his front wing. Soft tyres for him as well. Well, okay, fair enough.
Again surprising.
But again,
but to be fair, if you're expecting to come in again, with the amounts of front wing damage that we've seen so far, if you expect to come in again, yeah, go on soft.
May as well, yeah. And well, that's not a surprise that Cassidy's got the fastest lap now. As he's dispatched of XE, and it's now 5.6 seconds behind Black Panther. Expect him to chew up the kilometers pretty quickly, but he has used a lot of that stored up battery power that he was holding on to previously. And Moritz now really starting to get the hammer down. He's opening up that lead now to about 3.6 seconds between himself and J-Col. J-Col not under immediate pressure from Merckx, but now this is one of these races that just, because you're focusing so hard, or again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're focusing so much on the correct turning points, your braking points, more so than you would in most other circuits. This race, even a 50% race, must feel like it goes on forever.
Yeah, add to that the fact that it's 39 laps, so you see the same track over and over, and it is a track that ultimately does also last for about a minute and, well, right now in the race pace, minute and 11, minute and 12. Yeah, obviously early on in the race it takes a bit longer, later on it takes a bit less with the fuel coming down. But yeah, you see the same corners over and over and over again 39 times. It is really one of the most challenging races out there. This one in Singapore, I think, are the two. Simply because of one, length. I think Singapore, obviously, the longest race on the calendar in terms of time. But this one here is quite close, despite already being shortened to 130 kilometers on the 50% race. Instead of the usual 152.5 or more that we get everywhere else.
Velo's in. He did not fancy those hard tyres anymore. He's lost a lot of time.
A bit early, but understandable that he goes on to softs at this point. With 16 laps to go, you can try and make those softs work, especially with it being nighttime. I think you gotta add about 1 or 2 laps from that, or to that lifespan, simply because it is a little bit colder. Therefore, the tires don't overheat as quickly, and it's definitely something that helps the softs stay in temperature range and not wear out as quickly. So I think 16 laps should be fine for Velo.
And he has reappeared in 4th position, so he had enough time back to Black Panther that he wasn't going to lose that position. I think this will be, yes, it will be Black Panther's best finish of the season if he can finish where he is. He's finished in 6th twice, I believe, for the last couple of rounds, so extending that one another one.
Yep.
In the AlphaTauri. So, bit of a lock-up there from Velo as he comes into the Nouvelle Chicane. How many warnings does J. Cole have? Well, he's got 1 penalty on the board. Can you double check the warning count for J. Cole, please? It's probably easier for you to do than I. But Velo's added to his penalty count again. I think he's up to 6. Wrong one. He's up to 6 penalties now. Yes, he is. But he won't lose that position to Black Panther just yet. What's the warning count for J. Cole?
Good question. He does have the 3-second penalty, and he has an additional... Oh, no additional warnings, it seems. Let me just quickly check to make sure, because it just says invalid lap time for him there, where he did get the penalty. But no, yeah, no additional warnings, so he's on 3 exactly, so he did get the 3-second penalty, but no additional warnings.
Now, at the moment, he will lose that position to Merckx, so J. Cole will once again continue his 3rd and 4th finishing streak as such, or finishing pattern, as he will... if the race finished as it is now, unless Merckx puts up a penalty, which he's pressing on though, he's not relying just on the penalty count. He's looking to close that gap down, and actually Moritz has lost time. He's suddenly down to 2.5 seconds as a gap. There's the Red Bull in the background of the shot. So the lead battle is not over and done with just yet. And again, a big lockup from the Alpha coming into, well, and again from the Red Bull coming into that, coming into the Grand Hotel hairpin. Fastest of our fellow, which isn't a surprise because it was on those soft tyres, absolutely chewing up the distance between himself and Merck. But it's a 28-second gap to try and dispose of in 13 laps, which, as fast as he will be, that's going to be a little bit too much. Oh no, we've lost a racing point. Mark Manier, what has happened to you? That's at the bottom of the hill. So, and out comes the safety car. And we literally just saw it, and there he is.
He just went too quickly into the... Wow, okay, yeah. Just too quickly into Sandoval and straight on into the wall.
Oh dear.
Tried to make it work, didn't take the exit road, and too daring, and just bang into the wall.
Well, there goes your lead. J. Cole has pitted for soft tyres, which I'm not surprised at all. Just seen one of the Ferraris in the background do the same thing. Moritz and Merckx have opted not to do so. J. Cole should reappear. Yeah, he's going to maintain his 3rd position. He's not going to lose that to Velo. But of course, that's going to bring Velo right in it. He's already on the soft tyres. Only 2 laps on. No, he's going to pit again. All right, he wants.
Yeah, he does have the gap. He does have the gap. He
True
has 20
enough.
seconds to Kasu, so it is the correct
Yeah.
choice here.
Yeah, quite right. And of course,
it does make sense. But I think for Moritz to not pit also makes sense because the longer, like if you do pit, obviously it takes longer for the safety car to get going because it takes longer for the safety car to pick up the leader. And as such, more people are going to catch up to the safety car. Right now, J. Cole isn't even there. J. Cole will make it, but you look at Velo. I don't think Velo will be able to catch up to the safety car by the time we get the restart. It's 50 seconds. It's almost. I mean, it's more than half a lap.
yeah, very true. I mean, that's the mistake. That's Sven, I think, coming through. Must be Sven because Velo's nowhere near there. Yep, it is. So Sven is unlapping himself, or has just unlapped himself from the race leader because he's still behind the safety car. Safety car is probably going to remain out, which it does.
Yeah, he has to find a good way to. Oh, he's
Get
not
past-
passing. He's not even trying to pass the safety car.
Why is he not trying to come past the safety car?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Now
Yeah.
now he is.
I guess he was probably
Come a bit
waiting.
there.
He was probably waiting for the instruction to do so.
Yeah.
Whoa! He's in a hurry, but of course Sven has to catch the back of the train, so that's going to take a while. Vino gets himself another penalty on the board. That's going to help Velo, give him the time he needs, or some time at least, to catch up with the back of the lead train. Ooh,
Yeah,
it's good.
Velo might be able to do it. I may have miscounted it a little bit, misjudged it a little bit, but
Well,
I think
if
for
there was
Kasu,
no-
Black Panther, and Exy, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, you're right there. No, but if there were no back markers in, there would have been no reason for the safety car to stay out. But of course, that wasn't the case. There was a back marker in between the leader or in that lead pack, and strictly speaking, there's a Ferrari right behind. It depends if the game wants to allow a disconnected car to unlap himself. We're hoping it doesn't, because I can't imagine it will do that in a hurry. That's what it
Well,
looks like.
what could happen? What could happen is that the disconnected car just go. I mean, it's ghosted anyway. But it just ghosts through everyone.
It doesn't look
But
like
it
it's
doesn't
going
do
to.
that. No. I think no other car is allowed to unlap itself here. I think it was Sven lapped before that. Did Sven actually get a penalty from that? No, he
No.
was allowed to do that. Huh.
No, he was lapped before the safety car came out. So that was correct. That he was allowed to unlap himself. Ooh, it's going to be.
okay.
It's all going to be down to when the safety car comes in. Velo has caught the back of the back.
Yeah. And actually, Kasu, Black Panther, and Exy might be able to now. They catch up very quickly.
Actually-
They're still running at race pace, basically.
Yeah, but Lucky Fingers is out of position. He's actually in between J. Cole and Velo here. So there's the disconnected for actually both Ferraris are disconnected. So I mean, at this rate, they'll be scoring points by the fact that their cars are still running. I don't think the driver has to be connected for them to score points. So that's a moot point. It's just ironic that there's going to be that many. Well, in fairness, we've only had 3 DNFs at Monaco, which is not bad. That's actually a pretty good success rate. But Velo is actually holding back here. He's not getting right under the rear wing of the McLaren. Probably
And
no.
Sven
real-
is pitting now.
Yeah, he has indeed. Onto
For
medium
mediums.
tyres.
That
Curious.
is that I don't understand. I think softs would have been the better choice. Maybe he didn't have any softs available.
I'm assuming that
could
must be it. I'm assuming that must be
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that could be the case. No new softs because he's been on softs twice this race. And
Yeah.
if you then include qualifying as well, he might not have any new softs available, so he went on to the
It
mediums
must
instead.
be. It must be, yeah. So Black Panther's now in position. That's right behind Cassie now. Aha! That's the
And
message we
there it
wanted.
is.
So, actually, the one I feel sorry for, Lucky Finger's still in the way. In a manner of speaking, not through any fault of his own. It's just because he hasn't been given the instruction to unlap himself. He's got what could potentially be a very angry Mercedes right behind him. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
but
going
I
to be
think
interesting.
once again, I think the lapped cars do ghost, don't they?
Oh, true enough. True enough. So he may just opt to not get in the way. We will see.
Yeah.
But safety car is in. Racing resume. We are back on the way here at Monte Carlo. Now, this is going to be an opportunity for Jacob to try and make some moves. He's got so much fresher, much softer tyres than the two ahead of him. 10 laps to go here in Monaco, and it is all to play for.
Yeah, and Velo should be able to catch up to this group as well on those fresher, soft tyres, as well as Kasu and Black Panther. I mean, there are 6 drivers here that are within a shout of winning this race right now. The question is, will they be able to get past Jacob, Velo, Kasu and Black Panther? It is difficult to overtake here, but it's not impossible. We've seen that before. Jacob maybe with an attempt on Merckx here into the Nouvelle Chicane. Nope, thinks better of it for now.
Yeah, well, he's got time. He doesn't need. He doesn't need to make the desperate move. Has a little bit of a look on the inside, heading towards the back. It's not. You'll never make a move there in a month of Sundays, but unless the person ahead of you has such a bad exit from the Nouvelle Chicane, it's the only time you're going to make a move into Tabac. Oh, again a lock up from the Red Bull, but continuing on his merry way nonetheless. Is he going to try and make a move into Sandoval? There goes Velo. He's closing on those lead 4. Oh, I thought Jacob was going to make a move there, but he got cut off again by Merckx. Moritz is trying to get some distance between himself and the Williams. He's probably got no life in those tyres at all. So, and yeah, you can just see how heavily Jacob had to get out of that. I know that, I'm well aware that Massenet is not a fast corner, but it's faster than that. It's Jacob he's either biding his time or he's just playing it cautious at the moment. Either way, he's going to have Velo with him any minute. Let's have a quick look at the penalties. Velo's got the 6-second penalty, Jacob the 3. So at the moment, Velo is going to lose 5th and 6th and 7th. 3, 4, not quite. So he'll be down to 6th if the race finished as it is right now. Oh, never mind. Jacob is Jacob's going to be joining him then. That's another 6 seconds penalty. Actually, the biggest benefit from that is going to be Kasu. He could potentially be staring at a podium if it finished the way it is now. But I suspect we've got plenty of action still to unfold in these closing stages of this race.
Yeah, in fact, Kasu just got himself a penalty, as you mentioned.
My turn.
For commentators cursing.
Yeah, that was entirely on me there. Oh, Jacob very close again to Merckx, but still not anywhere to use that additional pace. Such is the nature of the track. But equally, yeah, the top 2, Moritz and Merckx, could still get a penalty on their own, which won't immediately shuffle the pack, but will kind of alter the dynamic, because if Jacob does manage to get past him, he won't have to run off quite so far essentially. But we will see. But you can just see the Red Bull has got the pace, but he's got the pace but not the space. Look at this.
Here he goes.
Oh, I've looked away at the wrong moment. Yeah, there he has indeed committed to that one, and Merckx knew it. Merckx didn't defend unnecessarily, and nicely timed there for Jacob. He's running out of laps though. He can't afford to stay behind Moritz too long if he wants to undo what is now a 6-second penalty, and that'll be very frustrating. A 3-second penalty, he's certainly got the tyre life to undo, and big lockup again from Moritz. So I would imagine Jacob's probably going to want to repeat that same manoeuvre down into the Nouvelle Chicane again on Moritz, unless Moritz gives him another opportunity, which is highly, highly unlikely. But let's look further back. Velo is right on Merckx tail as well, so the Williams could fall through the field. He could kind of rely on those penalties to re-elevate him back up the field. Vino back in the pits again in the McLaren. That's not going well for him. Oh, but look at Jacob nearly slamming into the back of the Alpha as they come into Mirabeau.
Yeah, he has to be really careful here. Pick his spot just right. And that wasn't the one. I think now, right here, out of this corner and into the tunnel. ERS.
Overtake on.
Slipstream. Overtake on, indeed. But he's not close enough. Yep. He should have an acceleration advantage out of that corner because of the higher grip these tires give him. Maybe here. No. Don't. This
not
is
not
an overtaking opportunity.
No,
it really isn't.
No, not into Tabac, certainly not. But again, I mean, Jacob was burning everything he had to try and make the move stick into that chicane, but Morris just had enough to fend off the Red Bull. Now, I don't think, again, overtake on, DRS open, ERS being deployed. But all that's doing is keeping up with Moritz. It's not putting him in a position where he can try and overtake. Overtake on again and yeah, there you go. Jacob ran out of battery just as they got to the top. Oh! And the Alpha getting very, very quickly coming through Casino Square. Again, locking up. Is the Red Bull going to try and banzai this one? No, he thinks better of that one. But the Alpha is locking up everywhere. Jacob's even nudging him, trying to get out of that hairpin that little bit quicker. Five-way battle for the lead then. The only ones without penalties are Moritz and Merck.
Here we go. He takes the inside, does he? No, he goes back to the outside. He is in there now.
There he goes.
Handbrake later.
Oh, well played.
Oh, Moritz spun around.
Oh, no. Was there impact between him and Jacob? I didn't see from that camera angle whether there was impact there, but those tyres are probably just mullered. Why is he stopped? Why is Moritz stopped?
I don't know.
Oh,
he's left
no. Well, whether he had a technical problem at the end there or whether he's got no front wing, so he's... Oh, no, yes, he does. I beg your pardon. From that angle, he looked like he hadn't... Oh, no, Moritz was on for points even still. That's unreal. Jacob, I mean, he's got time to just run off, but he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties to try and undo. I mean, he's certainly got the pace to do it. What he wants is for Merck to keep Velo behind. Well, actually, in saying that, it wouldn't matter because Velo also has the 6 second penalty. Well, it wouldn't matter to Jacob, I should say. But Jacob just got to do quality laps now until the... Oh no, Moritz game crashed. Oh, that's why he was stationary. So, my apologies, Morris. I wondered if you'd actually rage quit there because it looked like just as the move happened and then you span, but his game crashed. Oh, that is a tragedy. It really is because, my God, were you putting up a hell of a fight. But Jacob's now got it all to do with only 4 and a bit laps to open up another 3 seconds. And that's assuming he doesn't get another penalty on the board.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be close. This is going to be a fight against the time, against the clock, really, here for Jacob. 4 laps to go, and he needs to gain 2.6 seconds a lap. That is about, not a lap, 2.6 seconds overall. That is about 6.5 tenths a lap that he needs to gain on Merck, which, funny enough, 6 tenths is the difference around this track between the softs and the mediums, if they are fresh. However... As we see, both of these, all of these tires are not fresh anymore.
No,
but the softs are in better shape at this point still, so it's more than 6.5 tenths that the tires have in them. The question is, can J. Cole fully use that potential that these soft tires give him? And it seems like they do, because he started the lap with about 3.4. He's already gained 7 tenths now. And he's not even he's more than halfway through the lap, sector 2 now. But he's still got a whole sector in front of him, and it's 8 tenths now that he gained on this lap alone. So, but J. Cole's looking very, very good to actually get the win here and finally break his streak of P3, P4, P3, P4.
Yep, absolutely true. Casu was able to breeze past Velo. Velo is losing time. Has Velo got damage on that car? So look at the front wing. Yes, he does. He's missing the front left end plate. So Velo in trouble. He's already in a position where Black Panther will inherit that position because, again, as we mentioned, Velo has the 6 seconds of penalty. Black Panther has none. So this is just damage mitigation as much as he can for Velo now. His race is ruined, and Jacob already just so close to getting that gap to where he needed to be with a couple of laps still in hand. But of course, if he pushes too hard, makes another mistake, and earns another penalty, or maybe damages his wing, it's all for nothing. But he is doing everything he possibly can to try and get the win. Merck is I would imagine Merck is probably going to let Casu go if Casu's got the pace, or Casu may just act as rear gunner. Either way, the Williams pair are close to each other at the moment. Merck is doing pretty well, actually, on those utterly knackered medium tyres to keep it out of the wall. I mean, on fresh tyres, this track's hard enough, let alone when you're running on rubber bands. And there it is, that 6 second gap up to But there it is. Just as I was saying it,
Yep.
J. Cole has now got that 6-second gap he needs. He would want a bit more in hand, I'm sure, but I mean, you can't take it away. J. Cole's doing an absolutely stunning job in the Red Bull.
Yeah, I mean, getting the gap just to over 6 seconds with 2 laps still left, and now being able to increase that gap further just to make sure, just to have a bit of a buffer in case, something does go wrong. It's remarkable from him to show that pace. Again, we said 6.5 tenths is about the difference between softs and mediums when they're fresh. Even though the softs say 11 and the mediums say 27, in terms of tire wear, they're both rather similar right now. The softs should be at around, if I had to guess, 55% roughly. Probably a bit more actually, probably 57, 58. The mediums should be at around 64, 65% right now. Actually, as the last lap starts, I think it's a bit higher now because the softs, they wear out so quickly. 13 laps until they get to 70%. So you lose about 5% of tire wear every lap. Over 5% actually.
I've just seen why Casu didn't pass Merck. He's got no end plates on his front wing at all. So that thing is going to be turning like a boat at the moment. I'll tell you what, Black Panther is looking good. He's on the back of Velo, and I think it was just 3 seconds of penalties for Cassie, wasn't he? Yes.
Yes.
So won't be a podium for Black Panther, but he's certainly going to inherit this 4th. Even if he doesn't pass the Merc, he is going to inherit that 4th position. So it's going to be a strong result for Black Panther. But the man of the moment, it's got to be this man, J. Cole, from not a brilliant start to just doing what he needs to do, playing the strategy brilliantly well. Even with his penalties, he is still going to come away with the victory unless he bins it into Anthony Noakes now. No, he doesn't. Your winner is 5 winners from 5 races. The Red Bull of J. Cole takes the win at Monte Carlo. Brilliantly done, but a cracking drive as well for Merckx to maintain his championship lead. Casu, he's going to cross the line in 3rd, and he's probably going to stay there. Velo will cross the line in 4th, but he's going to lose it. There he is, the Black Panther. And 5th went to Exy as well. 6th went to Sven. Velo falling to 7th in the end. Moritz's ghost is out there somewhere. There it is. Then, well, that's he's surrounded by several other ghosts. I think the McLaren directly behind and one of the Ferraris is not with us as well. Snowball, I think, is actually in the car. Judging by how that's pushing. Yeah.
He did rejoin. I had to send him an invite earlier.
Oh, did you? Oh, lucky thing is that...
He messaged me and asked me to send him an invite, so I quickly did to allow him to jump back into the car.
Lawrence's car crosses the line in 8th. Lucky thing it did cross the line in 9th. Snowball rounds out the point-paying positions. And actually, Vino jumped up a couple of positions due to penalties right at the end there. Oh, no, beg your pardon. No, he didn't. He's still classed in 11th. I thought he jumped up at the last. Driver of the day, according to the game, is Cassidy. That's quite a curious Driver of the Day nomination, but there we go. Let us know in chat what you think. But yeah, I mean, you have every right to be happy about that. The Brendan Lee lookalike in the Red Bull colours. Wow. That's you cannot take that performance away from J. Cole. That was brilliant.
It really was, yeah. He's put himself up to 79 points in the standings right now. With Moritz's disconnect, that means J. Cole is now at the very least 2nd. I think Merckx did get the P2. Yes, he did. So Merckx is on 85. So still 6 points ahead of J. Cole, but only 6 points ahead of J. Cole. It's very close. And it says here that Casu started in 16th. Is that accurate?
I believe that he's right. I can't remember the grid off the top of my head, but
because I'm pretty sure that Panos started 15th because Mick Fry had a penalty.
Oh yes, places. That's right. So yeah, he couldn't have started that far back. So
yeah, something isn't right there. He didn't start in 16th. I don't know what happened there. That's why the game gave him Driver of the Day.
I mean, if that was true, then yeah, he'd have earned it. If that was
from
the
16 to 3, from last to podium, that would be well deserved. But I don't think he actually did. I think there's a bug there.
Yeah,
and he didn't start 16th.
Well remembered, but what a race this was. It's obviously hasn't been sweetness and light for everybody, but it's certainly provided us with some incredible action going on. We've been joined by somebody. I'll have a look at who that is that's joined.
It is J. Cole.
It is our race. I'd rather thought we'd be joined pretty quickly by our race winner. So let's have a chat with of course, one of the head honchos over here at the PC side for LOE, and once again another podium, and this time it's the top spot. J. Cole, you got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, first thing I'd just like to say to Moritz, I thought I left him enough space. I'm going to be completely honest. If I didn't, then I do apologise.
His game
I had
crashed.
to get past. Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I say because I needed to get past him quick time, but. Yeah, I at first I thought the safety car was going to hinder me, but then I realised the gap behind Merck, and I thought, okay, pit for a set of softs. I was really surprised that both Moritz and Merck didn't, to be honest, but I suppose it worked in my favour, and I guess I kind of just got a bit lucky with it.
We were a little bit surprised as well when I kind of expected everybody to come in at that point. It didn't quite happen that way, but that's the nature of the beast. What was your strategy coming into this race? Was it just try and keep it clean? Were you hoping for a safety car? What was running through your mind coming into tonight?
I was just trying to keep it clean as much as I could. I think the ghosted cars didn't particularly help because I think I got a couple of warnings just from them, but I suppose it is what it is. As I said, it was just really just trying to keep my nose clean. Did exactly that. That was really about it.
You're stunned, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is Monaco one of those tracks that works well for you? Are you a fan of it?
I don't mind Monaco. Definitely a bit more now, but I don't mind Monaco just in general. It's one of those tracks where it's like it's a bit of like hit and miss for me. If I'll either do very well at Monaco or I would do very, very poorly. Tonight was just one of those nights where I done very, very well at Monaco.
The stars aligned and the night is yours. 5th winner from 5 races. It's Shanghai next week. Thoughts towards China?
China's, again, it's another one of those tracks where I'll do very well or I'll do very bad. So hopefully, be once in a blue moon, the stars will align again.
Any questions, Austin?
I just want to know. Talk us through the last couple of laps. The moment you made it past Moritz and Merck on the mediums, at that point you knew you had penalties. You had to get on with it. Just talk me through it. What was going through your mind there?
Yeah, I had to really go for it. So I was pushing as hard as I could, literally to the point where I was. I think I just touched the wall a couple of times. Luckily, not getting any sort of wing damage from it or anything, but yeah, I knew I had to get 6 seconds out. I was just pushing as hard as I could. As I said, that's why I was more surprised that Merck didn't end up coming in for a set of softs, because I felt like that would have been his if he did. So I suppose, again, unfortunate for him, but yeah, those last few laps was just, I just knew I had to push it, and I got lucky with it.
Well, you did brilliantly well. In that circumstance then, and we wish you luck for Shanghai next week and for the remainder of the season. Thank you very much, J. Cole.
Thank you very much, boys.
Right, our other podium sitters haven't yet come to join us. It's not obligatory, but they are welcome to. Oh, there's one of them. It's our 3rd place man. Well, Kasu, great to have you in the box with us. That race was all kinds of crazy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a mental race. I don't know how I got P3 in the end. Like, first the game glitches for me. I qualify P6, I start P16, so that kind of screwed me up.
Oh, you did start P16, because on our screen it wasn't quite like that, but then on my screen, inbounds Cupid was here, there and everywhere, so couldn't quite remember where you started. So you did actually start at the back, and you still ended up on the podium.
Yeah, my start was mental. I overtook 4 guys before turn 1, and then I just slowly made it through the back. That safety car at the near the end really saved me.
I can imagine. Right, forget what I said about driver of the day. It definitely belongs to Cassie then. Starting from the tail end of the field just to end up on the podium at Monaco of all places in the dry. That is absolutely phenomenal work.
Who said that you can't overtake in Monaco?
Brilliantly done. Again, when that safety car came out, you must have been really smiling at that.
Yes, I was. And I gotta give credit to Velho for letting me through when he got front wing damage.
We did see that. That particular exchange happen. But when you were coming into this race, were you expecting to be heading towards the podium? Is Monaco a track that does well for you?
No. I was honestly thinking I would be in the wall by lap 6.
Wow, very much disproven there, and brilliantly driven again. So it's Shanghai next time out. What are your thoughts towards China?
Quite a good track for me. So hoping for points next week.
Excellent stuff. Any questions from you, Mr. German?
I just want to know, what did lap 1 look like from your perspective? Obviously starting in last, and I'm pretty sure you were very angry about the game glitching on you like that. What did lap 1 look like from the very back, and then sort of parting the seas, trying to get through as many people as possible? Before turn 1, I looked like Moses opening the sea.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, it didn't look that pretty. With a little bit of contact everywhere, but I can send my clip in. I did save it, so
you weren't the only one. You were not the only one.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about that. But brilliantly done. Well, what a phenomenal performance from last to third, and we wish you the best of luck for the season to remain, and good luck for next time out at Shanghai. Thank you very much, Cassie.
Thank you.
I meant to say Mr. Germany, not Mr. German. That was incredibly rude of me. I'm terribly sorry, Austin.
No, it's fine. I thought you meant it as, because my name can both be Badgerman and Bad German, and so I thought you just replaced
I've never read it as that, actually.
Yeah.
I now can't see it anything different. Wow.
It's intentionally both, yeah.
Wow, so yeah, I got no words to sum up that race. It was all kinds of madness.
Yeah, I mean, Monaco delivered once again for the 17 millionth time. It's just every single time there's a league race on F1 or really any racing game that has this track on Monaco. It's just, I mean, it delivers every single time. There might not always be the best overtaking at all times, especially if you look at, for example, races like, when you have very close skill gaps like in F1 esports. But whenever you have a little bit of difference, a little bit of variance in skill, it produces great racing.
And it certainly didn't disappoint us this time around. We've had 5 rounds, and they've all been absolute crackers, I must say. So this season is shaping up to be quite memorable indeed. As mentioned, next time out, round 6 is going to be at the phenomenal Shanghai circuit. What are your thoughts towards the Chinese Classic?
I'm very excited for it. One thing that always has me interested in China, I'm looking at my track database again. For China, those soft tires, they will not last long whatsoever.
No. They must end up like sponge.
Yeah, I mean, if I sorted my database by how long the soft tires last, China will literally be at the top of like no other track has the soft tires last as little laps as China. 7 laps. They lose about 10% of tire wear every single lap.
Oof. Ouch.
Which means if you qualify on them, that's even less than 7 laps.
Indeed.
That's about 6. And so we're in for an interesting qualifying session. I think a lot of drivers will opt to qualify on mediums and then go medium to hard, probably. But outside the top 10, I think you can make sort of soft to hard work, and it is probably a bit faster because the soft tires, well, they only last 7 laps, but they're also 1.4 seconds quicker than the mediums and 2.1 faster than the hards. So they are quick around there, but they do not last long whatsoever.
A fun and action-packed race ahead of us, I have no doubt. Join us then, same time, same place, for round number 6. As mentioned, it's going to be at Shanghai. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the race. A great pleasure to have you throughout the stream. Thank you very much, Badgerman, for joining me once again in the commentary box. A great honour and pleasure to have you on board with me, good sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, as always.
And thank you very much to our drivers for putting on an incredible show. We have loved every second of it, and we hope that you have enjoyed it as much as we have while watching along with us. Until next week, thank you very much, and good night.